So AI is going to take your job. Nobody wants to go any further than that. We're stopping there. It's just going to take your jobs. Jobs will be gone. All of the leading AI experts anticipate within the next 5 to 10 years, 80 to 90% of the jobs are going to be gone. Bye. I guess nobody needs money anymore. Nobody needs to work. Nobody needs anything. We're good. Bye. Right? No, we need to stop saying AI is going to take your jobs and then cutting the conversation off there. No, that conversation doesn't end there. It needs to go further. There's more to that conversation. AI doesn't just take everybody's jobs and we magically don't need money anymore. AI doesn't just take everyone's jobs and then magically everything's provided for us from some magical, benevolent provider. That's not how it's going to go. I watched a podcast with Sam Altman, CEO of OpenAI. I'm not going to say what podcast. I'm sure you could figure it out. But he's talking about how the indomitable human spirit, and there's always been tech disruptions throughout history, and the indomitable human spirit will just lead us to create new jobs and new endeavors, and it'll free us up to pursue these passions, and human creativity can't be replaced. And that's all very nice and good sounding, and it warms the heart to hear it, doesn't it, Mr. Altman? But you know what? Historically speaking, that has never fucking been accurate. Show me a time where a tech disruption has created a society that doesn't need to work and is just free to pursue their creative endeavors. I'll give you an example of a time where that didn't work out. Let's talk about Detroit. Let's talk about all the manufacturing facilities that shut down due to automation. And yes, for anybody that wants to jump in, I'm aware that there were other things at play. There were political issues, and the city of Detroit's a fascinating subject in itself if you want to look into it. But that's a different discussion. A lot of what happened there was automation. They automated a lot of the jobs away. What did the people from Detroit do? Are they all now just painting? Are they all podcasters now? Are they all creators making millions of dollars and they're much better off in the long haul? I don't think so. At least not any that I've seen. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But from what I know of the situation, a lot of people lost their jobs. They lost their livelihoods. They lost their homes. They lost their ability to provide for their families. They lost their purpose in life. You think the boomers that had pensions at some factory just decided to up and learn to code? You think all those boomers just turned into IT coders and software engineers because those jobs went away? They fucking didn't. They didn't. That didn't happen. The young people that could reskill in different trades did so and got the hell out of Detroit. And look at Detroit now. I don't live there, so correct me if I'm wrong. Again, I hope I'm wrong, but from what I know, doesn't seem to be in very good shape, does it? Name one time that disruptive tech has benefited humanity where we can all just pursue creative endeavors and sustain a living through that because now we don't have to do the hard jobs because of technology. Name one fucking time in history that's happened. I'll wait. Go ahead and clack away your Google and your Chat GPT to look up imright.com and post whatever in the comments. Go ahead. I would love to know, honestly. I would. Because to me, it doesn't look like that's the case. It doesn't look like the indomitable human spirit just found new ways to pursue creative passions and earn a living through those. No, it doesn't look like that. It looks like you shit out a bunch of jobs and a lot of people lost their livelihood. And let me ask you this. If you really believe that AI is going to free people up to do creative things, why is there such a problem with AI slop on all of the creative platforms? I mean, think about it. Spotify, YouTube, TikTok, they all have admitted problems with a significant amount of AI slop content replacing human creators. I mean, for better or worse, I'm not saying that there isn't AI content that's better than some old fart ranting in his fucking truck about AI for 15 minutes, but ask yourself the question. If it's freeing us up for creative endeavors, why is AI taking over so many creative platforms? Is that really true? And no one wants to have that conversation now when it comes to AI. Why is that? Why do we just stop it? Everybody's going to lose the jobs. Okay, so what are you going to do about it? And Sam Altman certainly doesn't have answers. And I pick on Sam because he's the one that's provided the most insight out of all of these tech CEOs. I haven't heard any other tech CEOs step up to the plate and offer a solution on what happens after all these jobs are just poof, eradicated into thin air. He's the only one. And his answer is, well, disruptive tech's always been a thing and the indomitable human spirit finds a way. Which is bullshit because it doesn't. It just doesn't. That's just historically not true. Elon's not offering any suggestions. Jensen Huang isn't offering any suggestions. He's stated on the record numerous times that he hopes all the jobs are wiped out by 2030, in 5 years. And then he turns around and says, AI will make the most millionaires we've ever seen. How? How? How the fuck is that possible? You're going to create millionaires by eliminating 80 to 90% of the jobs? Are you stupid? Who's going to become a fucking millionaire? The people that work for you? Until AI can do your fucking job. And Sam Altman also seems to think that AI could do his job. He minces no words about the possibility of there being AI CEOs. Maybe Huang didn't get that memo. I don't know. It's a little concerning that an entire livelihood can be wiped out for someone else's greed under all of these false pretenses of something that's going to greatly benefit humanity, that's going to make life so much better and so much easier. And I got to ask, does it? Is it making our lives any easier? Serious question. I mean, all of the tech disruptions so far haven't created some paradise utopia where we're all free to draw and write and paint and make music and make movies and pursue creative endeavors. Like that hasn't been a thing. I know I'm beating that point to death, but I think it's pretty goddamn important. So where are they getting this from? Did the internet boom create that? I mean, the internet made it easier for us to be lazy and outsource decisions and have shit dropped off on our porch a day later when we don't want to go to the store. Okay. Google made everybody think that they're a genius because they can Google imright.com and post a link to some obscure study without actually looking into any body of evidence on a topic whatsoever or taking the time to research any other articles on the subject whatsoever. Okay. I mean, you know, social media has made it easier for us to stay in touch with people that we otherwise wouldn't be able to because they're super far away. Great. So that's the big benefit that everyone's losing their livelihoods for? Convenience? And mild convenience at that, because let me be clear, on the whole, technology has made shit a lot more fucking frustrating than it needs to be. Okay? For every, oh, well, I can stay in touch with Aunt Gertrude. Cool. Good for you. But you know what else? I can't even do a simple fucking task that would take me a minute or two without having to try to log into this, download the app, create a login and password. Oops, we don't remember your login and password because you have 9,000 of them. Oh, now we need to reset your password. Oops, you can't use that. You got to do this and that and all these requirements, and now you need a 2-factor verification. Oh, give us your phone number so we can send you a verification. It's for your safety. I don't give a fuck, bro. You think I give a fuck if somebody tries to log into my McDonald's app? I don't give a shit about that safety, dude. If you want to talk about convenience, it's a lot more convenient for me to walk into a fucking McDonald's, go up to a person and say, I'd like a McDouble. Here's the money. Here's your sandwich. Cool. That is so much easier. That is so much easier. And I feel bad for the kids that grew up not knowing a time where they didn't have internet. And I'm dating myself. I don't give a shit. I'm obviously old. But I mean, you could do things. You could just go to the place, give them the money, and get the thing. You're getting out of your house. You're interacting with other humans. You're getting sun and fresh air. I mean, these are all positive things. You know, you might say, yeah, interacting with people sucks. And yeah, it does to some degree. I agree. But is the alternative better? Is it really any better? Is it any more convenient to just have to take 10 unnecessary fucking steps to get logged into an app to do one task that would have taken you 2 minutes to just do on your own? That's the convenience that we're trading 80 to 90% of our jobs for? So what? So ChatGPT can synthesize the entirety of human knowledge on one subject and give you some placated answer in 10 seconds? Okay, cool. I mean, that's nice. That's neat. Don't get me wrong. I think that's cool. But is it cool enough that I would trade 80 to 90% of the jobs for it? Fuck no. Fuck no, dude. And at the end of the day, you know, another thing that I think about, all these companies that are now implementing AI in their software and AI into their programs and AI into all their process work. So they're effectively telling you you have zero autonomy in your job role. They're effectively telling you we don't need a human being to think and function to do this job. But then they're going to turn around on the job postings and tell you that they want 5-10 years experience and all these credentials and why? Why? If AI could do the job, why do I need 5 fucking years experience? Does AI have 5 years experience? No, it certainly doesn't. It can synthesize information on the topic faster than I can. So what? How much of that's going to be used in your day-to-day rigid authority process that only allows the role to do 4 or 5 functions within reason? So why the fuck do I need 5 years experience for a job? Why are you going to try and put people through all these rigorous tests and tell them that you value their input and placate them and pat them on the head? Oh, yeah, we value what you contribute to the team. No, you fucking don't. If you could have an AI do it, no, you don't. No, you don't. And frankly, if that's the scope of the jobs, I wish AI would take the jobs, provided, let me be clear, that there is some sort of safety net for all the people that are going to be impacted when it does. Okay? I would like to believe Altman's version of this disruptive tech creating a paradise utopia where we're all free to pursue whatever we want. And I would like to believe in all of this. I would love that. That would be beautiful. Is that going to happen? Has that happened? Historically, can you name one time when disruptive tech has freed up people to just pursue creative shit and live a leisurely, pleasureful-filled life? I can't think of any. We still have shitty jobs. Things are still getting worse. The internet is getting worse. The things designed for our convenience are getting worse and more inconvenient. And you expect us to believe that you're going to roll out AI, get rid of all these jobs, and everything's just going to be fucking peachy. No, we need an answer. We need an answer, or we need to demand that this shit stops right now.